Hello, we're gonna do a bunch of questions. I may have answered before and I may have not. Why not? Exploring yourself is so much fun. I encourage everyone to do it. Anyway, first question. Do I ever doubt the existence of others than me? No, because I love other people and it's good to acknowledge them. It would be really weird. There are definitely some people that I'm like, is this a hologram? Am I having a schizophrenic episode? Not that I've ever been diagnosed with schizophrenia, so that's very weird, but it runs in my family, so I have this weird idea that it's like going to strike at any time in my life. It's very weird, probably not very good to think. But so there's sometimes that. There's sometimes where I'm like, oh, this is like somebody in an alternate reality. Like, especially recently, I've been pointing out like alternative versions of my boyfriend and I. Like, sometimes we'll see him across the street and it's just like somebody with red hair and this like tall, slightly balding blonde guy, and they're like hanging out together, and the like red hair person is also like slightly chubby or like slightly more fit, and it's like alt version us. It's so wild. On a scale of 1 to 5, how afraid of the dark am I? Well, it definitely depends on if I watched a scary horror movie. Like when I watch It Follows and probably Are You Afraid of the Dark, it's gonna be a solid 10 out of that 5 scale. 10 being I'm very, very afraid. But I would say maybe on average, like a 3, I guess, because a 3 is like, it depends, right? Another question. The person I would never want to meet. I don't know that I wouldn't really want to meet anybody. I'm weird that way. I guess I probably wouldn't want to meet somebody who was going to kill me. Like, I would never want to meet my murderer. Can't kill me if you can't catch me, right? So, there you go. 4, what is my favorite word? Love is a typical one, but it's a good one. I also like the British, like the love, the L-U-V, love. That's a good word. I like illuminescent. That's like pretentious though. I only like it. I don't know if it's my favorite. This is a really hard question. Trying to think. Movie is a fun word. It really is. I really like that. And I really like movies. So maybe that's my favorite word. Movie. If I was a type of tree, what would I be? Man, I should have finished. Waiting for this plane to go by. Why? Oh my god, it's never ending. Never ending plane. If I was a type of tree, what would I be? I kind of always do kind of feel like a weeping willow because my hair is kind of like weeps and I cry a lot and I would like to be by water and I probably would fuck up plumbing, to be honest. I probably would mess her up some plumbing. Birch trees, though, encourage people to sing, and I am very pale like a birch tree, and I do have eye problems, and so there's a bunch of eyes on that. It's probably between a birch and a willow. But yeah, I definitely wish I finished my magic book on plants because that would have been really cool to do a deep dive, but maybe that'll come down the line. Who knows? When I looked into the mirror this morning, what was the first thing I thought? Usually I'm just like berating myself for my skin and I'm like, health, like you gotta tell me what to do to fix the skin. I don't want this to be happening to you. You don't deserve acne. So probably something like that. I don't really look into the mirror a lot because my mom was anorexic and I was fat shamed and like, let's not, you know? Also I have other things to be doing than staring at my own beauty and we have a selfie camera, so. What shirt am I wearing? I am wearing I call it my football shirt, but it kind of looks sci-fi. It kind of reminds me of Darth Vader. Like, if Darth Vader was a football fan, he would wear this shirt. It's, like, black, and then it's got, like, fake leather on it, and it in, like, a kind of football style with a broad shoulder. It's pretty cool. I actually really like it. I think I got it at, like, a thrift store, so it was super dope. What do I label myself as? I don't know. I have a really hard time with labels. I've been labeling myself recently as a bold rebel, but even then it feels false. Because I'm like, am I really rebellious? I usually want to follow the rules, but I feel like I follow the rules in my own way, and that's my rebellion. But yeah, I do feel like a nerd. And I definitely feel like a manic pixie dream girl. Sorry, gotta get that dream in there because that's super important. Bright room or dark room? Oh, I love a room with natural sunlight, so bright. What was I doing at midnight last night? It was very boring. I had a very emotional day the day before I'm recording this, the day that I'm posting it. I hope I'm having a good day. Good day. I hope you have a good day, future Thea, and I hope you have a good day and you can have an even better day and make my day even better if you subscribe. That would be amazing to do on my channel. But yeah, at midnight last night, I was sleeping, babes. I was conked out. I slept a lot yesterday, and I really needed that extra sleep. I sometimes have weird things around rest. So I think it's really important to go and give yourself rest if you're trying to fight it. That's a bit silly too, you know? My favorite age I've been so far. I feel like I had a really good year when I was 8 years old, but I don't really remember. I don't know that I've lived to be my favorite age yet. She's coming probably, but I think 8 is probably what I would go to for now. Who told me they loved me last? Probably Luke, my boyfriend. It's nice to be loved. I definitely, if you can get in a relationship, get on in there. Get in there, because it's a great place to be. My worst enemy, my ex-husband. Just kidding. I don't really want to be enemies with anybody, even him. But that's probably like how it really is. I'm sure there's a bunch of girls that I used to be friends with that hate me now. But I don't know. I don't really personally have enemies on choice. Like, everybody could come back into my life and probably at least be an acquaintance. If not like a very close friend, at least like somebody that, I don't know. I'm pretty like, as long as you're respectful, like, why not, you know? Like, why can't we be friends? I don't really want to make enemies. But I'm sure I have them out there. You can't in the world. You can't stand for something and not have enemies, unfortunately. So, it comes with the package, you know? What is my current desktop picture? It's so boring, you guys. I'm not organized enough. It's like the typical blue, purple, red, darker blue, like, abstract background that comes with the Mac. I didn't even think about changing my Mac background, so that's on me. I need to get it together. Do I like somebody? I like lots of people, and I especially love my boyfriend. The last song I listened to, well, it was definitely like something on the radio, but I don't know what that is. I was listening to Chain the Rhythm by Katy Perry was one of them, and yeah, I was like doing an exploration through her album, and then I think I listened to some of her newer stuff, but I don't remember the titles. What's the worst thing a person can be? Probably evil. Probably like a murderer is really tough, but there are like, you can be a murderer and still be a good person because you could have accidentally killed somebody. So I feel like psychopathic would be pretty bad to be. Kind of hate shaming people, especially if they're like have psychopathic tendencies but are trying not to act on it. Like, that's like fair and valid, right? You deserve to exist. But yeah, murderous, I guess. I think that's pretty. It's not a great space to be in, right? Where you want to kill your own kind. Yeesh. How do I feel about monogamy? I really like it. I am feeling like maybe I want to explore polyamory sometime in my life, but I don't know if I'll like it, and I don't know if I will be overwhelmed by it. But yeah, I don't think monogamy is that toxic. It's just like interesting, and it feels safe, and it definitely like builds structure. And I mean, in some ways, the society encourages you not to be monogamous, but I also think it rewards you for being monogamous. So that's also pretty chill. I like being rewarded for things. Can you be in love with somebody and still fall in love with somebody else? Absolutely you can. That's a really tough situation, though. I hope that the person, if you're in the situation, I hope that the person that you are in love with is, like, okay with you being in love with somebody else, or is, like, down to love that person too. That would be the most ideal, right? But yeah, I definitely think you can love multiple people at multiple times. It's just like, you know, you could love them different amounts at different times. It's chill, man. What's the tragedy of my life? Well, definitely being raped and neglected and unloved, and my dad abandoning me, and being socially awkward and not always saying the right thing, not being perfect, goodness forbid, a non-binary, an imperfect non-binary, daring to exist, having had thoughts of suicide from bullying, and being like an artist that's not discovered yet. So, would my life make a good play? Probably. Yeah, probably. The fact that my dad is dead, but I don't have his body, I haven't seen his body, and I haven't seen a death certificate, and like there is a possibility that he faked his death. There is something in that, and I am writing a script on that because that's wild, you know? That's wild. Should people be prosecuted for crimes that weren't considered crimes at the time? Heck no. What? That's not fair. Quit. Don't do that. I mean, I guess like, are we saying people should be prosecuted for slavery, which would now be a crime? Like, potentially? That's a complicated one. Maybe slavery, I would say. Maybe slavery. And maybe any, like, rape stuff when stuff wasn't the law there. Yeah. Put those in. Write those down. Would I fight for my country? Do I feel a sense of loyalty to my nation? I guess I would fight if the people that I loved, like my friends and family, were in danger in this country and that was something that I had to do for them, then like, yes. I honestly, I mean, like, I want to be a good citizen wherever I'm at because I just want to be a good person, but I'm not feeling America. I think I might belong in France or Japan, and I just have to visit those places, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'll realize, oh my goodness, I was a gosh darn American this whole time, but I definitely don't currently feel this, like, loyalty to my nation. And it's so weird because I'm going to the White House in, like, a couple of days, so I should, like, that's a good place to feel loyalty of whatever, but it's definitely, like, I want to make every place I'm living a better space, so there's that. Do I believe in gender equality in every aspect? I think for the most part, I mean, it is sometimes, like, women do have periods, most women anyway, and that is different for men, and I think needs to be in consideration. But, like, if a man had a period or had anything going wrong with his, like, penis area, I feel like, or their genitalia, I want to be inclusive to trans people, and trans men, as I like to call them men, you know? But, yeah, I feel like you have to take into that effect, and also, like, it's okay, like, there are some women that are, like, stronger, and strong is, like, a weird word, because it's, like, I think women are definitely sometimes more emotionally strong than men, and have, like, more tolerance, and, like, stronger in heart, stronger in emotions, stronger sometimes maybe in creativity, but it all just depends, right? Like, there's always an exception. But yeah, I feel like sometimes you gotta give, like, you know, if they're weaker, or not, I don't hate even saying weaker, but, like, not as physically strong, you gotta give, like, the benefits to that. So maybe I don't believe in every single aspect, but I guess most aspects. Do we have a moral obligation to care for others? To what extent? I mean, I would sure hope so. I feel like your life is lonely if you don't care for others. And I'd like to say morally, like, we can't exist in this world without each other. We're global, baby. We're a community, and it's amazing. And sometimes it's terrifying, and sometimes it goes horribly wrong, and you fight, and it's stupid, and you don't want to. But I definitely feel like I have a moral obligation to care for others. And basically my extent is I can care as long as I don't feel suicidal or, like, super depressed. Like, if I'm depleting for myself to care for a person, that's not good, because the whole airplane mask thing that you got to put it on yourself before you put it on to others, that is super valid. Because if I don't have the energy to care for myself, I'm also not being a good example of helping somebody else care for themselves. Do I crave approval and praise? Yeah, I'll live even if I don't get it, but it's so nice. I wish I had more, so please approval and praise me in the comments, and I'll always do it back. Is there comedy and tragedy in all comedy? I definitely believe so. I definitely believe that there is comedy and tragedy in comedy. Am I ever going to be satisfied? I definitely think so. In some ways, I think I'm very satisfied now. Like, I like wanting more things because I need to grow more career financially for the future that I am foreseeing or being told that is happening. But yeah, I think, like, I'm definitely working on being more satisfied with my day-to-day, because why not? What's the point of being unsatisfied in life? Like, that doesn't sound like any fun. I don't want my tombstone to read unsatisfied. I'd like it to read satisfied. So that's what I'm pursuing actively. When I'm sad, do I listen to music that conveys my emotions or music that makes me happy? Honestly, I think I'm more leaning into music that conveys my emotions, because it helps me process the feeling of being sad and not, like, pretending to bury it. I will say that as I've gotten happier in my life, I think I've drifted away from more sad music because I'm not relating, which is good. Although I kind of miss it because I think sad music is, like, so fun to perform. Is my music organized by mood or sensation, or do I listen to everything at any time? Sorry, I know there's a huge plane going on. Maybe I'll take that again. Is my music organized by mood or sensation, or do I just listen to everything at any time? My music is not super organized, not completely organized yet. I'm working on it, but I probably would say it's organized by mood. It's kind of organized by in what capacity I'm going to perform it, because that's kind of the music that I'm keeping by myself to encourage myself to be creative, because that's what I am on this earth to do. So I have it kind of organized by like, oh, this is a cover song. This is a song I could sing live. This is a song I'm going to make one of my weird music videos to. This is a song like that's going to need something special to it, or this is like a song with a special look. Stuff like that. Would I marry a friend if they needed me to, like for citizenship? Man, it really depends. I think I would be a very bad person to marry right now because I live with my boyfriend, so that's going to just be a red flag, and they're going to catch you, and we're going to get in trouble. So, I don't know. Honestly, I really want my next marriage. I'm already at number 2, I know. I really want my next marriage to, like, I want my next marriage to mean something. I want it to be a very deep love. So I really don't want to throw away another marriage. Like that kind of just like happened with my first one. Not really through all of my ideas, but yeah, it really depends on the circumstance, because I think if somebody was like, it's life or death if you marry me, a girl just might, a non-binary just might, you know? But yeah, undetermined, unclear. Possibly, I guess is my answer. Possibly. But most likely not. Am I a deep person? Yeah, probably too deep. I should work on being maybe more shallow. I could chill, but I don't know how to go backwards, you know? Given the chance to live my life on Mars with no hope of returning to Earth, but with the promise of scientific discovery and glory, would I take it? I'm good. I don't really need scientific glory and discovery. I just want, like, entertainment discovery. Isn't that silly? Because that would be cool to be a scientist. I used to dream about that when I was younger, but I kind of gave that up and was like, I just want to be recognized for telling good stories instead, which is, in a way, science as well. Because you're telling the story of, like, nature and other, like, interpretive data. So it's wild. Storytelling is everything. But yeah, I don't want to live on Mars because I really like trees and water, and that would be a lot. And I really like the way they look on Earth, and it's going to be really hard to top that. I'm going to be honest. Do I believe in magic? Am I superstitious? Here's the thing. I don't know if I believe in, like, Harry Potter magic, but I am starting to discover that you can kind of tune into the energies of the world and use them for, like, in terms of your health. Like, I honestly, like, supplements are magic. Plants are magic. Nature is magic. Thinking positive thoughts and envisioning your goals, that's magic to me. Am I superstitious? I'm not really superstitious. I mean, like, if I'm nervous, I'm not going to go, like, you know, try and find a black cat, walk under ladders, step on cracks, you know, break mirrors. Like, I'm not trying to summon any bad energy. So I guess I am a little stitious, as they say. No. Oh, Michael Scott. What belief do I have that isn't logically grounded, but you still firmly believe in? Bush did 9/11. Just kidding. I feel like that is grounded in logic. Oh, man. What's a belief that isn't logically grounded? It's really hard because I really work on being logical. I mean, maybe it's not really logically grounded that I'll book a starring role on a sitcom, but it doesn't help me from wanting it. Or it's not really logically grounded that I would be a host, but I, like, want that stuff. It's not logically grounded that I'm going to be able to produce all of these movies and, like, TV shows that we want to produce currently. But I still firmly believe that we're going to do it. So there's that. My dreams is this belief. That's great. Oh, gosh. I discover a beautiful island upon which I may bay my own society. You make the rules. What's the first rule you put into place? No killing. No kill. No kill each other. Be good. No kill. Stop it. Don't do it. Quit murdering. It's really messed up. Quit. That was my first rule. What is my favorite expletive? Explicative? My favorite swear, we'll say. I do like a good fuck. Fuck is so fun. It's so good. It rhymes with so many things. Fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck. Get demonetized, so donate. Please, I'm desperate. So, it's old fuck, you know? My house is on fire. Holy shit. Oh no, that would be really terrible. I have cats, so I really don't want that. You have just enough time to run in there and grab one inanimate object. Don't worry, your loved one and your pets have already made it out safely. Phew. Oh, thank you. Why didn't you start with that? I went for so much anxiety for nothing in this question. Anyway, so what's the one thing you're going to save from that blazing inferno? Oof. My computer, probably? Yeah, definitely. My computer. Because my phone, I can get stuff on. My computer would be a really hard one to get the things off. So I will save my MacBook. I'm saving the tech. And most of, like, the film equipment, that would be really sad. But, like, film equipment gets updated so much that it's, like, pretty easy to replace. Like, and then I have insurance, so it's not that big deal. But, like, losing all of the files and videos that I didn't edit on my computer, oof, that would be, I don't like it. I don't like that. Thanks. You can erase any horrible existence from your past. What will it be? My childhood rapes. Goodbye, you're gone. That would be so amazing. Someone want to make that happen? Hello, hypnotist? Hi. Holler at me. And give me a subscribe. Why not? I got kicked out of the country for being a time-traveling heathen. I love that. I want that on a t-shirt. Who sleeps with celebrities and has superpowers. But check this cool shit. You can move anywhere else in the world. I'm assuming they're asking me what, there's no question here on this, but I'm assuming they're asking me, like, where I would move. I probably would either go to France or Japan, something like that. The celestial gates of beyond have opened, much to your surprise, because you didn't think such a thing existed. Death appears. As it turns out, death is actually a pretty cool entity, and it happens to be in a fantastic mood. Death offers to return the friend, family member, person, act of your choice back into the living room. Who would you bring back? Oh man, I guess it has to be a person. It's fucked up that I kind of want to bring my dad back, but if my grandma's about to die, because she's in the ICU right now, she's healthy and they're getting her a pacemaker right now, but, you know, she's at risk. So I'd probably bring my grandma back before my dad, but I haven't had a lot of people die in my life. I might bring back my, like, they're not really my cousins, but they're sort of my cousins. I might bring back either, like, Alex's dad, because I feel like they lost them too soon. I'd probably bring back that guy before my dad. My dad, I think, has to stay dead. I know that's an incredibly messed up thing to say, but my dad was not a good person. I think it would be interesting to bring my dad back to see, like, if having this, like, near-death experience and then being brought back would make him a better person. But I don't know. My dad was really complicated and very, like, stubborn. What was my last dream about? I don't really know. I keep having these, like, recurring dreams where I'm in school, but I'm, like, 22. I'm 26 now as I'm doing this. So I'm 22 in the dream, but I'm going to high school I'm finishing, I think, my junior year or senior year. I think it's, like, it's weirdly both at the same time, and I'm trying to get my GPA up and to go to college, even though in my dream, I already have, like, the same college degrees that I have now, like, the same, like, certificates and associate's degree. So it's a very strange dream. The last dream I had in it, most of the time I can't get the access to my other grades, so because I'm trying to see if, like, going to school is even worth it. I'm like, and I think part of that is the thought is that I often wonder if I should go back to college. But yeah, I like, in the dream, I finally got the thing and then I walked out of the school in the last dream. So I'm hoping that's the last dream I'll ever have it because I finally got out of it. But still, weirdly in my life, I am debating if I go back to college. I think if I go, I kind of want to go for music producing, which seems, like, super expensive and, like, what am I doing? Why? But I really want to know how to make music. Am I a good insert anything I'd like here? Why does my mind immediately go to the perverted? I'm like, am I a good blowjobber? And I'm like, I'm pretty fair. So I guess that's the question. Sorry. I know you didn't ask. I don't know why my mind did that. I'm a filthy human. My bee. Have I ever been admitted to the hospital? Psych hospital, baby! It was terrible. I never want to go again. I hope there's so much reform happening in psych hospitals. Have I ever built a snowman? I don't really know. I think I have. I don't think they were very good or, like, the traditional carrot nose, but yeah. Also, I'm allergic to the cold, so I probably should not be building snowmans, but I would like to build one more snowman before it's all over, you know? Before I'm dead. I'd like one more little snowman, if that's all right. If that's okay with the powers that be. Maybe somebody can make me not allergic. That'd be cool. Okay, well, that was just a bunch of me rumbling papers for a little bit. But yeah, that's it. That was the last question in that packet. Wild. It went by so fast. 20 minutes later, I say. So what did you think? I'd love to hear your answers to the questions and, you know, like, let's get to know each other better. This should be a community where we're all sharing and getting deeper with our thoughts and ourselves and discovering, because that's what's so fun. So let me know what your results are. I'm super excited to hear and see them. So that will be amazing. I hope that You have a good one, and make sure you subscribe. If you can donate, that would be amazing. I'm making a lot of expensive movies and employing a lot of underrepresented people, so that would be amazing for all of us if you could do that. Yeah, best of luck to you in your day-to-day life, and hope to see you around soon on this channel.